Alright, welcome back for round 2. We are playing the Vintage Cube Magic Online, and we've drafted Mono Red. First round went really poorly for us. Unfortunately, we flooded one game, and we're short on mana the other game. I probably should have mulliganed more aggressively, but it is what it is. Here we've got 2 lands, some spells. We're going to turn 1 a Goblin Guide, likely, into something like Searing Spear. Yep, let's just go ahead and get Goblin Guide online. Go to combat. Hopefully not give our opponent land. Dimir Signet, that's fine. Here we've got some pretty good play. I think Kolaghan's Command could be really great if we draw the 3rd land. Bazaar of Baghdad, so our opponent likely trying to reanimate some stuff. So we'll remember that and hopefully bring in like Avalanche Riders, I think. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get our attack in. Hoping not to ramp our opponent into some land. Frantic Search, yeah, they're definitely reanimating things as well. We'll go ahead and pay the 2 life here so we can cast Lavamancer and we can hold up the Burst Lightning at the end of turn. We're just going to aggressively try to use our mana. See what our opponent can Bazaar into. Razaketh, buried alive in the yard. And they discard that Frantic Search. Exhume. Pretty gross. Yep. That'll have to resolve. So then 8/8 Flying Trample. Yeah, I mean, that'll be tough. Combat, we'll let them go through and... Alright, we gotta really turn up the heat here. It's better than Gristlebrand, I guess, for us. But, still not incredible. So... I guess we're going to go ahead and get Gutter Snipe in play. We can attack into that thing. But now we can hopefully just try to go on the burn plan as much as possible. If they attack and allow us an attack through, that's better for us. Here we hopefully don't see a Gristlebrand to follow this up. I appreciate them using the good art on Grim Lavamancer and Goblin Guide. Let's see, we could see what they have to play. Emrakul is pretty disgusting, but they get to shuffle their library into their graveyard now. I don't know if our opponent goes attacking, because at this moment we can kind of race. On the swing back, they would take at least 4, maybe 5. We take 8 down to 10. They go down to 9, plus our burn spells, plus Gutter Snipe's activation. Okay, so they're going to get frisky. That's fine. We'll just sit here and take it. No sense blocking. Okay, Dark Ritual. Let's see what they have for us here. Dimir Signet. That's not terribly exciting. Well, it gives us a target for Kolaghan's command, I suppose. I think now we board in Dreadbore as well. They're going to dismember the Gutter Snipe and not pay life for it. So that's pretty good for them. It makes the race a lot more complicated. Guess we'll just snap back the Gutter Snipe and deal 2. And then I think we can go attacking. Give our opponent an island. Let's pass the turn, hold up the activation for Grim Lavamancer. So that's 2. We have to deal a lot. I don't know that we get there. Oh, and actually, we couldn't block this before. Flying, it's a hell of a mechanic. Demonic Tutor. Presumably coming in for 8. Yep. Can't block. So I guess we end step. Lavamancer. Hopefully draw something that could kill our opponent. Let's see. We cast Gutter Snipe. That does nothing. We cast Searing Spear. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still short. Well, that one got away from us pretty quick. Apparently Reanimator's just difficult for us to beat unless we kind of nut draw them. We bring in Terminate, I guess, and Avalanche Riders. I don't think we need anything else specifically. And Shrine of Burning Rage is really slow. And I think we could cut like a Jackal Pup again. We have plenty of 1-drops. So let's see how this goes. I'd like to play first. Alright. This hand doesn't do a great deal. We'll mulligan. This hand does also not a great deal, but it's probably better than 5 cards. We'll Storm Breath. To the bottom. Just don't think that's quick enough. We're going to be in trouble here too if our opponent has anything of substance to do. Alright, Terminate's not a bad draw, but we can't cast it yet. We're just going to go on the Eidolon plan. At least get some damage in while we can. Yet another mountain. Not great. Let's go ahead and attack. We'll take 2 to cast the Gutter Snipe. We're on pretty thin ice here. Koth would be a great draw. Alright, Buried Alive. Presumably going to get a Gristlebrand or the Razaketh again. Emrakul doesn't work. Ulamog and Iona and Sphinx. Okay, all great things. If the Iona sticks, we essentially can't win the game. Perhaps Mono Red's not as good in Vintage Cube as it is in Legacy Cube, which is fair. But I mean, all this stuff that our opponents have done in the first 2 games have kind of been available in the Legacy Cube as well. Show and Tell. So presumably they're going to show and tell us a big fat Emrakul, and that'll make our mountain look real silly. Desecration Demon. Okay. I mean, that's fine. If we draw a red land, we could or a black land, we could terminate it. We could bolt our opponent. I think we just go ahead and pass. Our opponent's not out of the woods here. Unless they could do something with these buried alive creatures. They're taking some damage. So the top creature of their graveyard would be Ulamog. They don't get the cast trigger, but they get the mill trigger. I think that's fine. I think we could then go ahead and let me math this real quick. So we bolt our opponent, or we sack the Eidolon to this, bolt our opponent. That is 5 damage. Then we Lavamancer. And then we draw any burn spell and win. A lot of lands, that's good. I think we take 10 here. I think we have to win on our turn. Actually, are we winning through attacks? So we Lavamancer and attack them on our turn? Seems good. I think they're digging for something. That's fine. Put our opponent down to 1. So we just attack them on the swing back with the Gutter Snipe. And hopefully win. Even the Grim Lavamancer is now lethal. Animate dead. Okay. That is one way around it. Ulamog exiles. So I need a burn spell. Oh, that'll do it. Alright. Well, we stole a game. Let's see. I think Mizzium Mortar is pretty bad. I kept forgetting about that. So we'll take that out, and maybe we'll board into Chandra. And, yep, let's run it back that way. Hopefully we get a hand that is not total garbage. Swift Spear, Vortex, 4 lands. For some reason, we just are drawing all of or none of the lands. I guess I'll keep it on the draw. Hopefully our opponent doesn't do anything too busted before we get to inflict some pain on them. Koth is good. Just jam in there with Swift Spear. Start our slow clock. Next turn, if we draw something to do, Eidolon would be a great draw. Alright, end step, so they're doing nothing so far. Hazoret's interesting. Can't do anything with it yet. Just keep poking away with Swift Spear. Next turn we get Gutter Snipe or Vortex. Show and Tell. That's interesting. Yeah, that'll resolve. I think we can go ahead and put... Hazoret doesn't do a great deal yet. The Vortex does something, so... It's going to be really hard to race a Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Vigilance is a huge, huge pain in the ass next to Lifelink and Pro Red. So we're going to have to do more damage to them than the life they're gaining, plus... Yeah, Iona's pretty good. I don't think I could beat this. Yeah, alright, well. Good game. There's nothing I could do. I think I had 0 outs. Let's see. Yep. A bunch of stuff I can't cast. Well, we get the perfect amount of red deck, and we're 0-2 to Reanimator decks. So, we'll just go ahead and lump the third match into this video as well. Some bad beats. We had some bad hands. Strangely enough, like, I don't think I go down to 15 lands, and I don't think I go up to 17 lands. I think 16 is where I want to be. But I've been wrong before, so... I guess this time we'll just mulligan anything that's not a perfect hand. And maybe that gets us there. Alright, this is a decent hand, so we'll give it a shot. Opponent playing green, so maybe a Bird's Paradise from Llanowar Elves or Noble Hierarch. Some sort of dork turn one if they're not just passing. I guess not. Oh, we'll get Jackal Pup in play. Not great against green decks, but... And then I guess we'll go into Shrine of Burning Rage, and I guess we bolt the bird if there is a Mana Dork. We can't bolt a Wall of Roots. Well, I guess we can. We can attack into it with Jackal Pup and then bolt it down. We draw another 1-mana burn spell. We could take care of both of their dorks. Maybe we ignore their dorks and just go at their face. Yeah. They can ramp to something now, but... Giving up 6 damage for their mana dorks that they probably have more of seems worse than just throwing it all at their head. This is presumably a Garruk. Maybe. Generally is. Walking Ballista. It's interesting against a Jackal Pup. Cast Gutter Snipe. Hopefully we draw land and get the Hellrider. Because now we're in that awkward spot where we have some of our high-end stuff and are on 3 lands. Our opponent not doing anything too terribly powerful yet, which is good. So we're just going to trade a Ballista with a Gutter Snipe. That's fine. I don't care for that play too much. It feels like they could have taken out our Jackal Pup, dealt one to us, pumped back up their ballista, and used it as a ongoing weapon against our dorks, but that's fine. Okay, well, that's a reason why. Searing Spear doesn't do us a great deal. I guess we'll just play the Shrine and let that start charging up. Show and tell. Well, that's interesting. Guess we're going to put Storm Breath into play. Hopefully it supersedes what they put into play and beats it, but it presumably isn't going to. Kozilek. All right. So we gotta cast this now. So on the Annihilator trigger, we sack the Shrine, the Pup, and 2 lands. So if we draw Lightning Bolt, we win. If we don't, we're probably done for. Or if we draw land. So we have some outs. Land or Lightning Bolt, I think we win the game. Alright. Unless our opponent has a way to remove a Storm Breath Dragon. I think we wait until our opponent does something. We'd like them to tap down the Hierarch, but... Alright, well, we snuck that one out. So they're on a show and tell green deck. Interesting enough. So we could bring in a Terminate. Shrine of Burning Rage is too slow as usual. And yeah, we'll run it back like that. Trying to steal one match. So far, all of our opponents have been doing real busted stuff, which I guess is to be expected from the Vintage Cube. Right, 2 lands, a Goblin Guide, a Rift Bolt, Gutter Snipe. Yeah, I mean, we got to keep that. Hopefully we draw a land or 2, get to Hazoret eventually. But yeah, we'll try that out. Land and Arbor Elf, sure. Give our opponent an Ulamog. Alright. So, we know what they're ramping to. Or not give our opponent, reveal an Ulamog. Noble. I think aiming all of our burn at our opponent's face last game was definitely a good route to take. They're going to get into the red zone here for 2. That's fine. I think we'd rather that than them cast another Dork. I think here we can spend a Rift Bolt and go to combat. Eureka. So that's what our opponent can do next turn, maybe. Well, they didn't have a land, so... But they'll get to put an Ulamog into play. So we're going to bolt our opponent on the end step, untap, Rift Bolt them, cast a Eidolon, unless we just go onto the Eureka plan. That's not a big deal. Sure. So they get a Llanowar Elf. So that'll allow them the turn after next to play Eureka. So maybe we bolt down... Yeah, just keep them off land. I think even we Rift Bolt down the Arbor Elf. Since we're having to take stuff like Llanowar Elves off of growing rights. And then we can cast the Eidolon. Just force them to take damage from trying to cast their Mana Dorks. Beat away with Goblin Guide, hopefully not give them any lands. So get a show until they can't cast. So next turn, I think we Gutter Snipe. Yep, our opponent conceded. Well, there we go. We did it. We got one game of the 3, or one match of the 3. Got some tickets, or play points rather. So we are able to do one more of these before the end here, and hopefully try to further our Infinite and continue. But thanks for watching, guys. I know it's been fun for me, even losing. Vintage Cube is great. But I'll talk to you again soon.